I remember going back to my car, and I was sitting in my car, and I was numb. I was just numb, and I had my hands on the steering wheel, and I wanted to go. I just wanted to drive. I just wanted to get out of there, but I couldn't move, and I just stared. I was blankly, I guess, out the front window, and I was thinking about my kids, and what's this mean? What's going to happen to me? And am I going to be around? Am I going to die? Hey, my name is Bryce, and I just wanted to welcome you to this YouTube channel and Doing Life Today. I wanted to just take a few minutes and explain what Doing Life Today is and why I am so passionate about the message that I want to get across and the community that I want to build. It means a lot to me, so please, if you could just take the next 2-3 more minutes and just hear what I have to say. So it's February of 2020. I just left my corporate job, and there's a big reason for that, and that's where I'm going to get to. And it's difficult for me because I haven't really spoken publicly about this, and I haven't really talked publicly to people about this, other than my close friends and family and whatnot. And not that I'm embarrassed by it or anything to that degree, but it's just something, I guess, that's not. You just don't lead with, "Hi, I'm Bryce, and I've got this." But I'll give you a bit of context, and then I'll tell you what it is and what I'm dealing with. And again, it's not about me. I just want to, this whole channel, this whole company, Doing Life Today, is all about people living their life to the extreme, right? Like just doing life, not just letting life go by. And I'm so passionate about that. And one of my biggest, I don't know, it's a pet peeve, I guess, is seeing people wasting time and wasting their life. We have only one life to live, and I know that's cliche, but we really do. We only have one life, and no matter what you're challenged with, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what you deal with, you know what? It's okay. We got to overcome those things, and we just got to keep going, and we got to push, and we got to do what we can do to just enjoy it and live it and just love life. So I thought I would tell you kind of what I deal with, so that you can see that if I can love life to the extreme and want to just embrace every moment of it, then I say to some people, then what's your excuse not to do it? Watching people succeed, it's my passion. I love when people do it and they succeed. I'm their biggest fan and their biggest cheerleader, and that just makes my heart smile. Never stop taking risks. I always would just risk. I would just go for it. If I had a dream, if I believed in it, and that's against all odds. That's when no one else believed in it. Besides my mom. I think my wife sometimes just came along hoping that it was going to be okay. It didn't matter who believed in it. It didn't matter who supported me. It didn't matter. If I believed I was going to try to do something, I just tried it. And a lot of times I succeeded, and a lot of times I failed. But you know what? I learned from the times that I didn't succeed, and learned how to do things differently and better. And it just progressed and got better. So I say all this to say this: in around 2000 and 2010-ish, somewhere in there, and somewhere in there, I was speaking to crowds right across America, from California to Michigan and whatnot, and all different sizes of crowds: 50, some 60, some 200, 300, 400, some thousands. I spoke in front of thousands, and on the stage, and that was that's my wheelhouse. That's my gift. I love to speak. I love to public speak. I love to actually look in someone's eyes and see that they're getting something from what you're saying, or they're getting inspired, or they're getting motivated for something different, or you can see that something go off, and you can say, "Oh man, they got it. Now they're going to do it." And I just love that. So, but anyway, I tell you all to say this. That's my thing. So in around 2010-ish, and I was around 40 years old. Yeah, 40-ish, 40 years old. I started getting a tremor in my left hand, and I didn't know what it was, and didn't think much of it, and just started, randomly would just kind of go off on its own and do its thing, and I thought that was kind of weird. And but didn't, tried not to think too much about it. And I was very busy at the time. Like I said, I was at speaking engagements all over the place, and I was busy, and I just didn't have time to deal with it or be bothered with it. And then as a few more years went by, 41, 42-ish, things were starting to get a little bit worse for me. It was kind of tremoring more often, and it was a bit more noticeable to me. And then I'd go to bed at night and I'd realize my toes were curling up, and they were just, I don't know, it was weird. It was just weird. And then I'd get up in the morning and I was so stiff. A lot of times we all get up in the morning, we're stiff, but I was stiff, like weirdly stiff. So at 42 years old, I went to my doctor, and they ran so many tests on me. I did 6 months of different tests from, I don't know what I called it shock treatment. I hated it. They shock you, put these things all over your body and just put these electrical waves in you and kind of give you jolts. And it was just horrible. It was one of the worst things I ever did, to CAT scans and MRIs and the whole 9 yards. And eventually I was 42 years old, and I was sent to a neurologist. And so I went in by myself, and I met with the neurologist, and he pretty quickly informed me of what it was and what I had. And he said at that point, he had said, you have Parkinson's disease. And at 42, I was like, what? It was such a weird feeling, because I didn't know if I was more relieved that I finally at least knew what it was after 2 years or a year and a half of tests like crazy, or if I was shocked. I was only 42 years old, and it's funny because, when I talk about it, or I do tell some people, they'll say, well, Parkinson's, oh, that's the Michael J. Fox disease. I always, if I ever was talking to Michael J. Fox, I'd say, what does it feel like to kind of be named, like a disease named after you? But it's, that's only because he's done such great things for it, and advocacy for it, and fundraise and research. So that's something very proud of, I guess, is really what it is. But anyway, I remember I left the office, and he had kind of given me a bunch of worksheets, or not worksheets, some sheets on it and material on it, and so I could research and find out what it was. And I had to sit down with a Parkinson's nurse, and she kind of went through some things with me as well. And I remember going back to my car, and I was sitting in my car, and I was numb. I was just numb, and I had my hands on the steering wheel, and I wanted to go. I just wanted to drive. I just wanted to get out of there, but I couldn't move. And I just stared, I was blankly, I guess, out the front window, and I was thinking about my kids, and what's this mean? What's going to happen to me? And am I going to be around? Am I going to die? But as I researched a bit more, I realized, well, okay, I'm not going to die from Parkinson's, but it's a progressive disease, and it continues to get worse, right? As you get older. But anyway, regardless, it's what I got. It's what I have. It's something that I deal with, and that's where I'm saying that, again, this isn't a feel sad for me day or video, message, video, whatever. That's not what this is. What it is me sitting here to encourage you, to say that some of you watch this might have something. You might have Parkinson's too, so you can relate, or maybe you're relatable to me. Maybe you have something worse. Maybe you have something not as bad. I have this kind of philosophy or thought process that we all have something, right? But I wanted to motivate you because, some of the things that Parkinson's does, or it's supposed to do, or what it affects. And this is, now remember, I told you when I realized that, or when I was diagnosed, just before I was diagnosed, I was a speaker. I put on lecture. I spoke. I was a motivational speaker. I was high energy. I moved around a lot. My voice was very projectile. It was amazing. Not amazing. It was fun. I loved doing it. And as I started reading through kind of the different things that this is going to affect, and it was mobility and walking and talking and memory, and I'm looking at this list and I'm going, well, that's all I do. That's what I know how to do. That's my thing, and everything that's on this list is what's I'm reading is what I'm supposed to be going to be losing, which was very difficult for me to comprehend. So needless to say, I took a step back from all of that, kind of reset. And you know, I ended up getting a job, a really good job actually, a big corporate job to, you know, because I had to support my family and stuff. But deep down, I was really depressed. I was really going through something terrible. We moved back home. Anyway, so I'm saying this to say it this way. And that's part of what happens to me now. Sometimes I can't get out the words that I want to say, and my mouth doesn't want to cooperate with my head. So it's a bit challenging. So anyway, this whole list was what I did, and I was depressed. I was down, and my whole life I was the up guy. I was the encourager. I was the motivator, the one who could tell the stories and inspire you and push you and want you to push you. I want to push you and go for it. Now here I'm the guy who's down and out and depressed, and it was really hard. It was really tough. It was probably very tough on my family too, because I was not the easiest person to live with, because I was working, but it's the weirdest feeling, because, you know, I have great support, great family, and great support and friends, but you never, when you get diagnosed with something serious, you've never felt so alone in your entire life. Because no matter how supportive people are, or how caring people are, how much they love you, how much they help you, they don't know. They really don't know how you're feeling inside and what's going on inside. And as best as you can try to explain it, they don't really know. And it's a lonely place to be, to feel those emotions and feel like you're on your own. And the crazy thing about Parkinson's, it's I've heard someone say before that if you met one, I don't know how they say it, but it's everybody's different. So there's not two alike. They're all like snowflakes, where, you know, some things are the same and some things aren't. So to each its own, in a way. So anyway, so now that was at like 42, and now I had this corporate job for the last 7 or 8 years, where, you know, I ran an $80 million business with like 300 people underneath me, a great company and great teams and great people. But, you know, I was realizing that two things were happening. I was slowing down a bit. My memory was kind of going a little bit. And I was getting a bit tired, to be honest. But what was really happening inside of me was I was sort of coming out of this funk, and I was starting to feel, I'm like, you know what, this is crazy. I'm not going to be held down by anything like this. I've got one life to live. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to practice what I've been preaching my whole life, and I need to get off my butt, and I got to start doing it. And again, my whole love is people. I love people. I love seeing people succeed. I love, if I can even give them something small to help them along one of the speed bumps, or encourage them through a speed bump. That's what I love to do. So here at 50 years old, in February of 2020, job gone. Here comes the risk, back at it. And couldn't be more excited and more happy, because I am thrilled to be able to spread as much as I can spread, help as much as I can help, motivate as much as I can motivate. So again, you know, you might have something, whatever it is, but I always say, what's your excuse? What's your excuse for not living life to the fullest? What's your excuse for wasting time? What's your excuse doing things you don't like to do? What is your excuse for not chasing your dreams? What is it? What's your excuse for not even dreaming anymore? Because if I can do that, then you can do that. And that's the whole premise of what we're going to do here. You know, it's to support, it's to inspire, it's to motivate, it's to educate in everything that we maybe come up with in life. And it's a reminder that you can do all you can do, you know. You're only limited by your own beliefs. You're only limited by what you allow yourself to be limited by. And whatever you're dealing with, whatever your struggle is, whatever you go through, you can still somehow find the strength to do the things you love and find some peace and joy and love in what you're doing. And I want you to do that. And that's really why we're doing this. And again, I have such great supportive friends and family, and everybody said, well, what can we do to help you? What we can do to help support you? You know, really, there's, at this point right now, again, February 2020, and I'm just going to be straight honest with you. So we started this about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and you know, we're up to 25 subscribers, which is awesome. I mean, we want to get up to thousands, and not for any pride or anything like that, but just we want to touch as many people as we can. So we got 25 subscribers and tons of views, and so how can you best, if you know, support us or help us or lend a hand? It's really this. It's just spread the word, you know, share the videos, subscribe to the channel would be awesome if you're not already. Watch the videos and like the videos. That's the 3 things that YouTube needs for YouTube to spread the videos across to other people so other people can be inspired. YouTube looks at, did someone subscribe to the channel? Did they give a like to a video, and did they watch the whole thing? So how can you help me the most is subscribe to the channel, watch the video right through, all the videos right through, and give them all a thumbs up or a comment. That would be amazing, probably more than I can even ask you to do, and I'd appreciate that. But yeah, so that's my story, you know. And again, if you don't know what Parkinson's is, you know, there is many organizations, groups. There's some great organizations here, even here on YouTube, that explain it a lot easier and a lot better than I'm ever going to explain it. And I'm going to put the links in the description below, so please check them out, and you get as much information. It's a great, some really good organizations that you can check out. But there you are. So that's my motivation. That's why we started this channel. And again, this channel, all we want to do is inspire, motivate, educate, hold their hand. We want to build a community of people that don't want to waste time. They don't want to waste life. They want to live life to its fullest. They want to do life. Experience everything that you can while you can. I heard a great speech one time. There was a sermon or a speech one time, and it was all about the dash. And you may have heard it before, but it's very inspiring, you know. And so if you haven't heard it before, it's, you know, on your tombstone when you die, there's going to be 2 numbers, you know, the year you were born and the year you died. And the most important thing on that tombstone is that dash that's between the time that you were born and the time that you died. And the question is, what did you do with your dash? What did you do with your dash? Did you live it? Did you love it? Did you make the most out of your dash? And that's what we want to do. Just want to make the most out of our dash. Big thank you to everybody, all my friends, all my family, everybody. I appreciate all your support, all your love, all your encouragement. And to those that I don't know, I can't wait to meet you. Yeah, that's it. That's why Doing Life Today YouTube channel started. And hopefully a year from now, we'll be touching thousands and thousands of people. So thank you for watching. God bless you.